Hello everyone, I'm Diesel Flint. I've just blown in. And today we are back with more Seduce Me Otome. Let us begin with my usual spiel. This is not a blind LP. I have played this game before in the past. I am by no means an expert, however, so if there is stuff I missed, or if there's other additional content maybe I just was not aware of, feel free to drop me a note in the comments. If this is the first video in the series you're watching, I do recommend pausing the video and going to the playlist and finding the first video, because I will be skipping a lot of content, mostly because I've already talked about in other videos, and there's only so many hours in a day. So, with that, we will begin a new game. And hopefully the game will not crash on me, because there has been some issues with that. Skip button! Who am I? Who am I? I think you are Laurel. Yes. And it begins. I still like dragons. They're awesome.
Booyah! Dragon come.
And you know what? I don't know how she gets after that fast either. Skip, 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 skip. I'm just gonna have my mac and cheese, because it's yummy. I miss having good mac and cheese. It is quite delicious. And my dad is the literal worst, and my friends are fighting. I guess I'll agree with Naomi this time, because she is usually more level-headed of the two.
Oh man, come on!
No, make me. We're gonna skip, and my dad is here, and I don't really want to talk to you either, you jerk you. And we're gonna skip some more in my sweet new home, and hello boys, and you know what? No, you don't touch me. Hiya!
How? You're just being violent now!
Always. Notice angry blushy face, though. Always pay attention to that. And, it's kind of creepy you're in my room while I'm unconscious, so I will jump up and protect myself, on guard. Even though Damien is a freaking puppy. And you know what? You know, all these times I have said no to the Murder Fairy Squirrel. You know what, just this once, I think I'm gonna say yes. I think I'll keep it, because why not?
But it looks so creepy.
I know, right? It's adorable. It's the thought that counts, right? And you wanted to cheer me up after all. I picked up the doll and looked at it closely. Sure, it looked pretty weird at first, like most Pokemon, but it could be cute if looked at from a certain angle. I gave him a small smile. Thanks! Aw,
You're welcome. It's good to see you smiling,
Aw.
even though the thing I made still kind of creeps me out.
Aww, but it's our Murder Fairy Squirrel. I think we should call it Joshua. It's a boy. I don't know if it is a boy, I think it is.
Anyway, you should come with me to the dining room.
Cool.
We're almost finished with the food, and, well, I don't mean to brag, but we're pretty decent chefs.
Awesome. Good skills to have, boys. Very good skills to have. Sounds great. Lead the way. Something smells good. And the skip button is back. And the boys and discussions, and you know what, James, I'm just gonna keep my feelings to myself for now. And I'm gonna go back to skipping. Until it's time to hit Eric, because he's being way too fresh with me.
No! That's going to sting.
Good. And skip, 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 and Grandpa, and boys, and do I want to laugh? No, I don't. So I didn't. Ooh, all the hearts on that one. Actually, so I didn't means I do laugh. Like I said, I am by no means an expert in this game. And skip button again. And it's the next day, and my friends are here, and, They're guests? Kind of. Well, they're visitors is not technically a lie. Because, I mean, this isn't their home, and they were invited here, so technically, it's true.
Then why did one of them open the door?
Because he's weird, you know? Takes all kinds. So, plans for the day, and girls, you know, I do want to go, but I am just the slither of professional. So, I need to stay and get ready for the party. You two should also stay, you know? I'm just saying there are 4 other lovely boys that I'm sure would love some help. Or you two could team up. I'm not saying I ship them, I'm just saying I ship them. You know what, I gotta still help around the house. Sorry.
Are you sure?
Yes? Apparently? Question mark? I mean, we actually, if we could switch out, for those two could stay here, and we could go and do something. Not an option. Okay, fine. Yeah, let's go find Matthew and do some cooking. I walked into the kitchen and instantly looked over at Matthew, who was quickly slicing up strawberries and placing them to a nearby bowl. Oh god, I love strawberries. They are awesome. I'm going to save real quick, because why not? Because I don't trust this game not to crash. I walked over and looked over his shoulder to watch. Matthew didn't seem to mind, so I decided to ask him a question. Oh, what are you making?
I'm going to make a large batch of strawberry cupcakes.
Oh, yes.
These strawberries are going to be the top pieces.
Oh, yes, do it. Oh, that sounds delicious. Can I help?
Yeah, I kinda hoped you would. Can you start by making the batter for the cupcakes?
Sure.
I put the ingredients and some directions on the counter over there.
As someone that does have long hair in real life, will say, maybe get a scrunchie, put your up in a ponytail, or a braid, something. Because long hair does seem to find way into food when I cook. It's unintentional, I swear, but yeah. I nodded before heading over to another counter, where a string of ingredients and a small note card of directions sat at the ready. Oh, this isn't just, add water and stir. Wow, you give me way more credit than I deserve. I smiled and began to work, mixing the ingredients and pouring the batter into the cupcake tins to bake. You didn't put down the little paper cup thingies that sit inside the tin? I have to admit, I made a little bit of a mess, but I felt like the cupcakes were still fine. There we go. Now we just need to wait. Whichever shall we do? As I turned to face Matthew, I noticed Matthew's red face. I tilted my head before he walked over and moved his hand a bit towards my face. He stopped, however, looking to me for permission. What now? Yeah, I'll just give him a nod. Yeah, sup. Matthew continued to move his hand toward me, gently brushing a finger over my cheeks. My senses tripled, feeling his fingers wipe over a small stain of powder and cream that had landed on my face.
You, got a stain.
Uh-huh, really. Just a stain. Matthew's finger was ginger and timid, wiping the stain off with as little contact as possible. Lightning shot through my body at each wipe, running down my spine in jolts. Wow, girl. How thirsty are you? I closed my eyes, unconsciously leaning into his touch and naturally wanting more. However, Matthew pulled his hand away. Aww. Caused me to open my eyes and look at him. Matthew was biting his lower lip as he pulled his hand to his chest. It's not much of a chest, but it's a nice chest.
Sorry, I got it all?
Darn it. Oh, thank you. Matthew quickly shook his head and grinned his goofy grin at me before Before continuing, I know what words mean, shush, to make another appetizer for the party. I blinked a couple of times, wondering if what I saw was real. You mean his adorable derp smile? Yes, it is the best. Aw, that was really short. That was ridiculously short. Feels like you got more interaction with the other boys when you helped prep with them. And skip button! Yay! To be honest, no, I'm not ready, but let's get this over with. Skip, 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 because I don't want to run into a timed button event.
Oh
Hi,
my.
Mom and
It was
Dad, I know, I'm hot. These are my butlers. They came with the house, blah, blah,
I
blah,
guess
blah.
the sir.
Come on, let's
Your
begin the
mother's
night. I don't care.
I assume
Yes,
The
yes,
entire-
I am your trick show pony.
To
Let's
become-
go. CEO, blah, blah, blah.
So,
Ask me
how do you feel
questions.
living on your own at such a young age?
Finally. It's difficult being independent.
I'm so sorry about your grandfather passing away. It really hit all of us hard.
Excuse me, I need to go.
Do you have college plans?
Do I? The game has yet to reveal that to me. College, I don't need that. I am making my dad so angry right now.
What do you think will happen with the company now that your grandfather has passed?
I really don't care.
What do you think of the philanthropic policy the company has?
It should be more about the profits.
Do you think the company should expand from just toys?
It's a possibility. And finally, we're back to Skippy Skip. Yeah, I'm just gonna nod to you, Andrew. You look very nice, don't get me wrong, but there's someone else I'd much rather be hanging with. And Mom looks shocked at my simple nod. Well, I will say thank you, because I'm at least
You're
polite
welcome.
like that.
Praises.
You know what, I'm just gonna stay put. I'm tired, and Dad clearly doesn't like him, so... yeah. What a night. And they're gone, and a demon shows up. Like, this is my life. Ugh. You know what, dude? Just fuck off. I am in no mood for you. Yeah, stare at me in disbelief. And I can duck, because I am Ninja Girl. Because I know Taekwondo, apparently. Real world me doesn't, but my character is awesome. Now what to do? Well, let us go make some coffee, because coffee is awesome. Yes, all the caffeine. You know what? You boys work hard. You're awesome. Don't disturb them. Skip, skip, skip. What should we make for the boys? You know what? I'm in the mood for pizza, personally. Let's have some pizza. Nom nom nom. You know what? Let us go find one of the boys, because it's lonely to eat alone. Plus, you know, they're leaving my house anyway. Grab a plate and let's go look for the guys. I looked down each hall, trying to find one of the incubi wandering, so that I wouldn't have to go through each individual room finding them. I pursed my lips in irritation. Where the heck are they? Yeah, I know, right? How hard could 5 hot boys be to find? I sighed, knowing that I would have to search for them in each room. I quickly turned and headed back to the dining room one last time. When I arrived, I gasped. Aw, here's the cute puppy look. What's wrong, puppy boy? Matthew was crouched near the kitchen doorway, peering into it as if a rat had gotten loose in the pantry, and he was stalking the exterminator. Matthew? Shh! That's impressive you can make that noise with your mouth opened. As the noise I make when I try to do it. I quickly shut my mouth and pressed my lips together in silence. Confused, but fearful as to why I had to be quiet, I tiptoed to Matthew, who was crouched by the entrance to the kitchen. His gaze and head moved across the side of the kitchen, still trying to find whatever it was he was looking for, which was not me, so already disappointed.
He's in there.
Who is? What? Matthew's face was seriously fearful and intense. Who was freaking him out this much? Is Eric doing nude aerobics? Gosh darn it, boys. Pants. My mind, however, instantly pinned the person down in my conclusion, Malix. Malix? Why did he come back? And why is he in my kitchen? Why is he not in your kitchen? It's lunchtime. I started to freak out, remembering the fear I had felt the first time we had met. However, I wasn't sure. Where were the others if it was Malik's?
I lost sight of him, but I quickly found him and cornered him in there. I know he's in there.
Who? Come on, dear boy, spit it out. Who's in there?
That fluffy killer
Oh,
thing!
Murder Fairy Squirrel! Fluffy killer thing? Question mark? The Pokemon reject? I bit my lip, suppressing a laugh. Once I swallowed my laughter down, I let out a sigh. You mean your cute bunny doll? Murder Fairy Squirrel, Laurel, get it right.
Yeah, that thing. Wait, it's not cute!
It is! It is adorable! Matthew instantly regretted not whispering and covered his mouth. I could not help but giggle. Also, that face. That face alone is worth the chuckle. What's he doing in the kitchen? Obviously, he's getting a snack. Come on, Laurel, it's lunch. Keep up. Matthew turned to me with an expression of utmost seriousness. Something told me that what he said would be cute and funny, but I decided to bite my tongue gently not to laugh no matter what.
I don't know.
Why don't you know? You made it. I failed to keep hold of myself and started to giggle again. The thought of a doll doing anything but sitting there made me giggle. Matthew tried to hush me, waving his arms frantically to keep me quiet. Matthew? No, his name's Joshua, not Simon. Keep up, dear girl. Matthew, Simon's a doll. It can't do anything. It is a doll with a knife, Laurel. I've seen enough horror movies that I know how this ends.
You named him?
Apparently. It's not the name I, the player, chose. Of course. Simon Tabby. Cute, isn't it? No. Oh, Tabby, I guess, is cute. Matthew let out some sort of defeated whine before turning back to the kitchen, trying to find Simon from where he was. I placed our food on the table and looked as well. So, what's your plan of attack? Because, I mean, seriously, if you can't defeat a stuffed toy, yeah, Malik's is the least of our problems.
Well, I plan to make my way through the kitchen as quietly as I can, and hopefully not get stabbed.
Yeah, not getting stabbed good. Kind of ranks up there with advice and Alistair, and swooping is bad. Sounds simple. Yes. Nodding like, I agree with you, crazy person. Matthew nodded in agreement before finally moving from his spot and tiptoeing into the kitchen. Dude, I have already given away our position like 10 times over. Oh, that's adorable that the game moved him that way. I stood there, unsure of whether or not I should follow suit. That is a good question. But you know what? I am down for fun and games. Let us join the hunt. It is on. I don't know why I was up for this. Because it's adorable and hijinks music is playing. But I followed along. The small adventurous side of me was very happy with my decision, but another side of me was questioning me, asking me why I did that. Yeah, it is kind of juvenile what we're doing, but I mean, look at that face. She's so cute. Matthew slowly walked through the kitchen, scanning the cupboards and surfaces with a meticulous glare. It was both amusing and slightly frightening to see how serious he could be. Do all of your toys get out of control like this?
No, it's just this one. I don't know why. All my other toys are okay.
I don't believe you, sir. This is not the first Murder Fairy Squirrel you've made. Other toys? Matthew? What kind of toys were we talking about? Because, I have a very dirty mind, and if you don't fill in those blanks, I will start drawing things. Matthew nodded, stopping his search to look at me.
That's what I do. Make toys. I made them for my mother all the time back in the Abyssal Plains.
That's so nice of
to
you.
help her cope with her position.
Her position, eh? Wink, wink. Her position?
She's the fourth wife of my birth father.
Uh-huh.
Each of us have a different mother, and all of
Yes.
them, except for Damien's, are queens.
Okay.
My mom, though, hates sharing, so I distracted her with toys.
Interesting. Also, why would you join a harem if you hate sharing? I didn't know what to say. A demon with multiple wives seemed natural. And you're basing that assumption off of what? But I guess because I was human, I felt the twinge of disgust run through my veins nonetheless. Still, it was adorable how Matthew tried to cheer up his mom with his abilities. I was then suddenly reminded of my grandfather and how he made toys all the time for kids. Matthew's power to make small toys instantly would have been useful to my grandfather. Yeah, Granddad would have loved this guy. I shook my head and began to search for Simon again. Let's keep looking for Simon. Matthew nodded before joining in. I felt like I was in a comedy mystery, looking for child's toy instead of a murderer's weapon.
Come on out, creepy thing.
Here, creepy, creepy, creepy. Nice creepy murder squirrel fairy. Its name is Simon. Actually, it was Joshua, Laurel, but... eh. Matthew ignored my statement and began to slowly open the cupboards, sifting through the inside contents. I decided to follow suit. You know, let us humor the crazy person. Starting at the opposite end of the kitchen. Matthew, what do we do if we find him? Yeah, that is a good question, Laurel.
We stick him back in my pocket.
In your pocket, eh?
And,
Really? What comes after the pocket? I looked to Matthew, waiting for him to finish replying. However, he kept his eyes to the ground, trying to answer my question and remaining in thought. I continued to search the cupboards, unsure now if this plan was going to go anywhere. Why was I even doing this? Simon Tabby was a... Oh, Matthew's face is adorable. What the... Matthew and I scanned the kitchen frantically, searching for the source of the laugh.
I knew that thing was evil!
Oh, our son is not evil. I mean, Murder Fairy Squirrel Joshua is not evil. Damn it. Suddenly everything went black.
Ah!
Time for anime hijinks? Who turned out the lights? I gripped the nearby counter, not wanting to hit anything or fall in the darkness. There were no windows, so the room was almost completely pitch black. I could hear skittering across the floor, like a rat rushing to escape with its cheese in mouth. I instantly jumped in fear before suddenly being pushed to the ground.
Ah! Watch out!
I can't, it's pitch black. I felt myself hit the ground with the body over top of me. 2 hands were slammed beside my head onto the tile floor, stopping the person above me from crushing me.
Hey, are you okay?
I am peachy. This is not the afternoon I planned, but I'm not complaining. Matthew? Yeah, I stared up at Matthew, letting the situation sink in. We are doing anime shenanigans! Yay! We were looking for a doll, and now we were on the ground. What broke my thoughts was a flash of gold running across Matthew's eyes. I could feel heat radiate from his body. The air was tense, and his body was almost shaky. Matthew? Are you okay? Yes? Go on. I heard him gulp, answering my question. He wasn't okay. I could tell. But he wasn't moving. Well, maybe some parts of him are moving, Laurel, but you're just not aware of it. Matthew?
Sorry.
Oh, Matthew, are you having an inappropriate boner moment? I'm just saying, it's okay, I get it. Laurel is very attractive. Soon, a golden glow covered Matthew's eyes. I expected to feel warmth in my body from the upcoming spell, but I felt nothing. Something was wrong.
I need you to push me off.
Yes? From the sound of his voice, he was desperate to get off of me. Why couldn't he move, though? Then it hit me. Matthew, do you need energy?
I do. But
you... Matthew shut his eyes to try to hide his golden gaze from me. He didn't want to take my energy. Why? Was he ashamed to? You know what? Kissies! Lip attack! Go! If he needed energy, I was willing to give it. I gently grabbed Matthew's face and tilted his head to angle with mine. Leaning closer to him, I brought my face and lips up to his and kissed him deeply. Aw, look at you, Laurel, taking all initiative and stuff. Good for you. I don't know why if this would help, but it was how he got energy before. Actually, he didn't take energy from you before. That was Eric and Sam. Just saying. He was the nice one. I shut my eyes, waiting for the draining feeling to reappear in my body. Matthew didn't move, nor did I feel energy drain from me. I opened my eyes and saw Matthew staring wide-eyed at me, but unmoving. He was unsure of what to do, and I had silenced him in confusion. Wow, you really are the baby bro of the group. I pulled away and spoke. I want to give you my energy. You've used a lot of it, and I'm sure that energy you took from me was only used for healing. Let me help you.
I don't.
Oh, come on. Everyone's doing it. Peer pressure, peer pressure. Matthew, if you don't want my energy, just tell me, but I'm offering it to you if you do. Take a hint. All of a sudden, I felt that familiar feeling of warmth run through my body once again. I felt my body slightly heat up as Matthew wrapped an arm around my body and pulled my body. Dear Lord, people that wrote this, thesaurus, find some other words. Just saying. Pulled my body tighter to his. I mean, for reals, folks, there is some very repetitive word choice in the player character's dialogue. And I do wonder part of this is just that they didn't practice speaking it out loud to hear just how repetitive they are with some of their words. It's redundant is what I'm saying. Matthew grew a lustful gaze before bringing a hand up to cup the back of my neck. Finally. Ah, there we go. Pretty art. And sexy music. Before I knew it, Matthew pulled me into a gentle but passionate kiss. He had erupted through my body as this kiss slowly and almost timidly got deeper. Matthew kept an arm around my waist while I rested my hands on his chest. The energy from my body was slowly draining in the kiss, making me feel light and warm. It was almost pitiful how comfortable and how willing I was in this situation. Still, I held no regrets. I was enjoying every bit of this kiss. Matthew was full of surprises. As childish as he was definitely proving to be a man while he was kissing me. Matthew wasn't forceful, but his kiss was deep and passionate, and it felt almost magical. It was how I imagined the first kiss to be like, except for the energy drain, of course. Soon, though, the energy drain stopped, and Matthew gently pulled his face away to end the kiss. I stared up at him as we both panted for air. I had never kissed like that before, and I was so lost in the moment that I forgot how to breathe. Matthew moved a strand of hair from my face to behind my ear, eyes still full of desire. Matthew stared silently at me, unsure of what to say. However, I could tell that he was full, yet yearning. I could feel the hold of his mind-altering spell fade away, but I still felt hot. Something told me that I wanted more, but at the same time, I wasn't sure if I truly did want to give any more. You know what? Let's keep going. Let's see where this goes. Aw, blue heart. I opened the opportunity, and I was enjoying it as much as he was. I wanted more, and I was going to let him keep going. I wanted to keep going. I leaned up and kissed him again. Matthew gasped against my lips, but continued to kiss back. I could feel him pull out the tail of my bow, releasing it and falling his hands off around my neck. I moved the ribbon to his pocket before gently unbinding the top two buttons of my blouse. The desire in my body drove me insane, forcing a moan to escape my lips as he ran kisses from my lips to my exposed neck. He began to... Is this the same exact scene we've had before? Just different art? I don't know. Anyway. I will say, they are done very tastefully. As he began to ravish my neck and shoulder in hot kisses, I leaned my head back and let a pleasurable sigh escape my lips. Matthew was ruthless in his passionate kisses on my skin. Matthew didn't stop touching and kissing me, making more moans and gasps rush out of my mouth into the open air. He may have been full, but he was hot as I was. I couldn't even comprehend how much time we spent making out. I was lost in the pleasure that I didn't care. Call it sinful, but I didn't care. I loved it. His touch, his kiss, his heat. I desired it beyond anything at that moment, even as he lowered his kisses down my chest to just above my bra. My heart was beating wildly in my chest. Something about Matthew intrigued me immensely. That something made my heart quicken for him. It couldn't have been love, but it was too passionate to be lust. What was it? Hormones? You are both teenagers? However, I began to feel dizzy, seeing the ceiling start to spin almost wildly. I gripped to Matthew's shoulders, trying to signal him to stop, but my mind faded to black before I could let out another sound.